Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Thursday, December 23rd, 2021. Let's start with the Forex calendar review. Plenty of data were released overnight, and plenty of data will be released during the London and the New York session. Most of them has just little impact on the financial markets. Nevertheless, let's just take a look at some interesting ones. The first one is the leading indicators from the Japan. As you can see, they are worse than expected. Number of 102.1. And the actual reading was 101.5. The GDP from Spain is for the third quarter has beat the expectations of 2%, with the actual reading of 2.6%, which is better than last quarter reading as well. During the London session, we have the bond auction from the Spain and from France, and that's about it during the London session. But during the New York session, we have a key event of today: gross domestic product from the Canada. We will definitely take a look at this currency, Canadian dollar. The market participants expect expansion from 0.1% for the month of the October to 0.8% to the month of the November. Durable good orders are scheduled for release 2:30. Those data are of course from the US, and they are expected to jump quite drastically from minus 0.5% to 1.9%. PCI current personal spending data, personal income data are scheduled for this 2:30 as well. All of the data are from the US. Unemployment claims and continuing claims. So the labor market data are scheduled for release at 2:30 as well from the US. Might be some sort of the interesting moves after the data are published. New home sales, of course, and Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index together with the University of Michigan inflation expectations are scheduled for release at 4 p.m. At the end of the day, we got the natural gas shortage change 4:30, and Barker Hughes US recount at 7 o'clock for all of you crude oil traders. So plenty of data during the New York session will be released. So let's take a look at the SP 500 and then at the Canadian dollar. The S&P 500 index has bounced significantly towards the recent all-time highs. The yesterday close was at the level of 4,696, very close to the highs of 4,697. Today, as you can see, we are hovering just above the yesterday's close. I guess the next target for market participants is the recent high at the level of 4,751. So during the last drop, we retraced 50% of the last wave up. Then we've made another higher high, marginally higher high. So we might say this is a kind of a double top. To be honest, then we have of course the correction, and 3 days after we are trading back towards the all-time high. So the bullish market is still intact. The uptrend on the S&P 500 is still intact. We would have to break below 4,300 in order to see, okay, maybe some bigger correction is coming, but so far there is no such a event on the charts. Momentum is hovering around the level of 50, up and down, up and down, up and down as the Christmas period approaches. So not that much volatility. However, bulls were strong enough to bounce back up after the last correction. So S&P 500, nothing changed. In the long term, not much has changed in the short term as well. Let's take a look at the US dollar to the Canadian dollar. US dollar to the Canadian dollar has broken above the key technical resistance at 1.2898. As you can see, this level has been tested once. Big pin bar was made here. Then it was tested for the second time. We have the bearish pressure here on that candle, the daily time frame chart, of course. Then we dropped towards 1.2301, bounced, and as you can see right now we definitely broke again above 1.2898. However, as you can see, market is now reversing a little bit lower. Please notice that the level of 50 on the RSI, which is the neutral level, is corresponding with 1.2647. So this will be our key support level for the short time, because if we break below this level, most likely the momentum will go lower below the level of 50, which is of course the negative sentiment zone, the zone where the bears are actually in charge of the market. So please keep an eye on this level, 1.2647. The immediate support is somewhere around 1.2806 as well. However, still the last swing high will be 1.2963, just below the key short-term resistance 1.2996. So we are still kind of trending below the resistance as well, but as you can see here, the larger time frame trend is still down. This is the main trend. The trend is down, and this recent bounce is not even impulsive in nature, and the fact that we have hit the extremely overbought conditions just above 1.2895 again means that this level will be considered as extremely overbought, and the market should continue to go lower in order to get towards extremely oversold conditions again. So the downtrend continues, and please be very vigilant at this time of the year, because we might have a lower liquidity on the US dollar to the Canadian dollar, which means that the market movement might be a little bit bigger on this pair. Let's take a look as well at the US dollar to Japanese yen. US dollar to Japanese yen is flirting with our wave B high currently, so maybe we will just zoom in and then adjust our Elliott wave count. We will move the wave B high here, but please notice that this recent market move is very much like a channel, which is a corrective channel, and the price is moving inside of it. So we are still waiting for the wave C to the downside to develop. As soon as there is a clear high for the wave B, maybe 114.57 will be the level that will change the situation, and the highs for the wave ABC for the pattern ABC pattern will be terminated. However, we still don't know. Okay, so the wave B is developing on the US dollar to Japanese yen. We have to wait for the situation to clear. Crude oil futures, very important right now, because we have the winter period here in the Europe, in the United States, and so on. We are testing again 73.15 level, which is just below 73.97, which is 50% of the Fibonacci retracement of the last wave down. Please notice this level has been hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times already, and this is the level that corresponds with the level of 50 on the RSI. That changes the momentum from negative to positive, from bearish mostly to bullish mostly. So please keep an eye on 73.15 on the crude oil. And last but not least, let's take a look at our good old friend. Today we are going to take a look at the Ethereum. What is going on this cryptocurrency? Not much in one sentence. ABC corrective pattern has been done. It looks like we are going to make a much more complex and time consuming corrective pattern. I would say WXY would be my first guess. That would be W, maybe that's the Y, which is completed here. What we need is a wave WX and wave Y, just around the 3,350 50 way, but we will see. Maybe the wave Y will be some sort of a triangle here. It's still possible. It's nothing wrong with this kind of a market behavior. So please keep an eye on this situation. Here maybe there will be some kind of a triangle. It should be a little bit bigger. However, WXY is the current pattern, complex and time consuming pattern on the Ethereum. Once it's finished, market will be ready for another wave to the upside. That's everything for me for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I see you guys tomorrow. So take care and bye bye.